Hi, Andy Biggs here from Arizona's 5th Congressional District. I just want to talk briefly about the surge that's taking place on the border, the caravan that's coming up from Central America, the formation of additional caravans. In November, almost 70,000 illegal border crossers were apprehended. Almost 70,000. We don't know what the real number of getaways is either, but you can imagine that it was at least half that and maybe even more than that 70,000 people that actually got into the country illegally. We don't know whether they've got COVID or any other disease. If you remember 2 years ago when we dealt with this, all kinds of diseases were coming in to this country by the surge of illegal aliens from around the world. We anticipate that they're going to apprehend somewhere close to 100,000, maybe even more than 100,000 in December. What's driving this is you have Joe Biden, who the world is more and more beginning to believe that he is going to be the next president. President Donald Trump was building a border fence. He's built 450 miles. Looks like he might be able to get 500 miles before he leaves office. President Trump had an agreement with Mexico that asylees would stay in Mexico if they were from Mexico or a neighbor. These types of things really slowed down the surge to come across into the United States. What Joe Biden has said, a moratorium on deportations. He has said he's going to grant amnesty to illegal aliens, at least 11 million, and he wants to give an amnesty to all illegal aliens in the country. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris support sanctuary cities. They're going to stop building a fence. They're going to turn the CBP into a search and rescue agency rather than a border security and enforcement agency. They're going to emasculate ICE. All these things they've said. This is in the public record. This isn't Andy Biggs saying this. These are things they have said. What that does is it causes incentives for people to try to come into this country illegally. I predict that in the spring, you're going to see a surge that exceeds or matches the 2018 surge when we were fighting the leftists and the Pelosi regime that were coming in. That's what I think is going to happen. We're going to continue fighting the surge. I'll be back on the border in the next few weeks, talking to people who live along the border, people who have businesses along the border, agents along the border. Once January 20th comes, if there's a change in administration, I don't think we're going to get the same kind of cooperation or the same kind of commitment to securing our border that we relied on under President Donald Trump.